Hey, it's Adriana, and my number 4 of all time is Magnolia. Magnolia is an incredible epic of a film, directed by my favorite director, Paul Thomas Anderson. This guy is genius, the best working director out there today. Between this film, Boogie Nights, which is also one of my favorite films, Punch Drunk Love, and The Master that just came out this year, or last year now, and, okay, big confession, I haven't seen There Will Be Blood. I've been meaning to watch it forever. It's just one of those movies I haven't gone around to yet. But just with those other movies that I mentioned, this man is incredible, so smart, so brilliant, and Magnolia, to me, is his masterpiece. It is a masterpiece of a film. It's a 3-hour film. It's actually even maybe longer than 3 hours. It's a really long film, and it never feels long to me. I sit through and it's like, that was 3 hours? It goes by so fast because it's so brilliant and you're just so sucked into it. This film is the perfect example of a vignette style, like multiple characters whose lives intersect. This is like the go-to film for that, I think, because it's 9 characters, 9 main characters, and all of their stories somehow are related. They're all somehow related to each other, and this film really executes that idea really brilliantly, because a lot of films try to do that, and they don't always, make it they're not always that successful in doing that, but Magnolia does that. It's hard to explain what this film's about, because there's so many different storylines, but basically it's about a group of people who all have, different things going on in their lives. The cast includes, it's a really big cast, Tom Cruise, who was nominated for an Oscar for this role, who is brilliant in this film. I really love Tom Cruise. I wish he did more films like this still. He's kind of in, the whole action star mode, even though he's also really great at that, so, good for him. Good for him for being able to do both so well. But I really wish he would go back to, doing small dramatic roles. So there's Tom Cruise, Julianne Moore, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Melora Walters, John C. Reilly, Philip Baker Hall, William H. Macy, Jason Robards. I think that kind of covers the main people. This film is so brilliant. It's equally dramatic and sad and twisted, but also has such humor to it, such humanity to it. I mean, this is a real film about people, about all different kinds of people, and it's kind of hard, as I said, to really explain it, just because there's so much going on in this movie. I guess it's about people who are kind of, longing for a connection. That's a really big theme in this movie. This movie has a lot of themes going on in it. It's got a lot of, religious tones in it, and has a lot of stuff about family, about families that are really, kind of disconnected, and how that affects these people as in adulthood. The movie is also a lot about coincidence and chance, and the matter of in which way things happen, and just coincidence in life and everything, and it really plays out in how all these characters are connected and interrelated, and how all their stories kind of are similar in ways. This movie has so many, iconic scenes, and one scene in this movie it's kind of famous for is the scene where the whole cast in all their different scenes are singing this song called Wise Up by Amy Mann. Amy Mann does the soundtrack for this movie. She's an indie female singer-songwriter type who was popular in the 90s, and she soundtracks this movie, and her music is so good and it works so well in this movie. And this song, just the moment of this scene, it's kind of not really the climax of the film, but all the characters kind of to this point, and this song plays and they're all singing it. It's kind of hard to explain. You have to watch it, but it's such a beautiful scene that I've never seen any other movie do anything like that. It's so, specific to this film. And then there's the ending of the film, which is kind of crazy and mind-blowing that I'm not gonna reveal, obviously, but, I mean, if you've seen it, you would know the ending of this movie. It's pretty strange. I don't know. This ended up being a harder movie to try to talk about than I anticipated, but it is like a movie that I have so much love for, and it's amazing every time I watch it, and it has so much stuff packed into it that it's hard to really articulate. But please watch Magnolia if you haven't seen it. It's just a really beautiful, grand film with amazing performances by everyone in the cast, and an incredible screenplay by Paul Thomas Anderson, and he has like such a distinct tone. And this movie and Boogie Nights are kind of very similar in tone, and they have almost the same cast, and there's so much kind of similar in just the feel of the films. But Magnolia is just, you know, one crazy, amazing film that you have to watch. So yeah, that's my review of Magnolia, and thank you for watching. My number 3 video will be up tomorrow, so look forward to that. And yeah, if you agree or disagree or you want to talk about the film, please comment below.